Erik, welcome along. Was last night the response you wanted to see, you expected to see when picking the same 11? And was that a great piece of psychology on your part to choose those who suffered at Anfield?
I don't know. I don't want it too big. Psychology is, but of course I want to give the trust to the team, and I think they have made so many progress during the season. From the last 24 games, we lost 2. It was 1 against Arsenal, 1 against Liverpool, and for the rest, they're progressing that well. And then 1 defeat, huge defeat, clear. But then you can't forget all the cool things they did as well, and that's why we choose this lineup. But also in perspective of the opponent, we thought from tactical perspective this was also the best way.
And it was interesting beforehand, you seemed to make a point of applauding the fans at Old Trafford. Were you pleased, if not a bit surprised, about the backing you get and always get?
Yeah, I think the reception was magnificent. From minute 1, they are behind the team. So we are pleased with that, and we tried to give it back, and we did everything we could do. And yeah, it was a much better performance as on Sunday, that was clear. And then you get it back as well. I think we scored some great goals, but also there were many more great attacks as well.
And the supporters and players actually also showed their delight in the goals by Bruno and Wout. The celebrations were brilliant, particularly with Wout's goal. Everyone was so happy. Again, how much did that tell you about the support that the players have from the fans and each other?
Yeah, you see strong bond between the players and the fans, but I think also you see a strong bond in the dressing room, how they celebrate together and then together with the fans, and I think so it has to be. It's really good ambience for a long time already on Old Trafford. We have to keep it, but also in away games we have to bring more.
I mean, you've had so many great moments. That moment when Wout scored was such a brilliant moment, wasn't it? And that can really help him now going forward. Because I know he's done everything else for your team, but that goal is huge for him personally.
Of course, but what I expect him to do, to get him in the right positions. And he's often there, but also make often space, and so create space for others. And but of course, as a striker, you need finishes. You need to net. That's your main job, and he knows that. And you have to take the responsibility for it. So it's important. He's got a second. Now he has to move forward.
You've had the knack of choosing the right subs who make impact at the right times. Pellistri came on and made an immediate impact. What would your message be to him for the remainder of the season?
He's the example by deserving his position by performance on the training. And I said the other day I didn't select him for Liverpool, but it was not even totally justified because he was training that well, and now this was his moment to come on, because over a longer period he performed on the training. And what impressed me, he came on and straight he showed himself. I said when they came on, Scott and Pelle, 3-1, but 4-1 is huge to make that extra goal. And in the first moment they did, so it was brilliant.
Did everybody come through that game okay, or have you picked up any knocks or anything from that match?
Oh, I think always there will be any knocks, but we have to deal with that and recover quickly. But Sunday, not a big occasion.
Yeah, and Anthony Martial, you mentioned, is back on the football pitch. How's he progressing?
Yeah, he's progressing, but we have to be patient, and we will see how quick it can go. But we have to plan it. Really strict. We have to plan it really careful. We want him back as quick as possible. That's also clear, but we want to do it in the right way.
Sunday's opponent, Southampton, have a new man in charge. Ruben Sellers is still only in his 30s and so a very young manager. Having won at Chelsea in his first game, will they be typical of the sort of challenge you might get against a team down at the bottom at this stage of the season?
There are no easy games, and we have seen. We have to bring the performance, and we have to bring and to play to our levels. And so it's all about us. But we play a good opponent, and they are not easy games, and when you don't bring the level, you get punished, and either you lose or you lose strong. We have to avoid that. We have to be ready. So we have to recover now, and we have to go for part 2 for from our rehabilitation.
James Ward-Prowse's free kicks are exceptional, and he's approaching our own David Beckham's record. How closely will you guard against giving away free kicks in dangerous areas and about his threat?
Yeah, but it's always an issue when you play against Southampton, when you play Ward-Prowse. Don't give them easy free kicks, because he has the capabilities to net, and so don't bring them in that position, because he can. But we have also a good goalie to deal with such situations. But you don't want to take that risk.
And this will be our last Premier League fixture until April, which is then the penultimate month of the season. So does it say how important it is to get 3 points on the board in this game, given the lack of Premier League action until the next month?
Yeah, definitely, and that is the pressure. We have to deal with it, so we have more motivations. I already said it has to be the second part of our rehabilitation. It's the last Premier League fixture before we go in the international break. So we need the 3 points, and that's quite clear. But we have to play our best, because we play a good opponent, and also matter in the bottom of the Premier League. It's also really close, so they will fight for every yard on the pitch. So we have to be ready to face them, to challenge them.